How can we talk about Jesus in a post-COVID world? G'day, I'm Sam Chan. I'm a public speaker with City Bible Forum. Before COVID, I had over 10,000 hours experience in preaching, teaching and evangelism. But post-COVID, just like you, I've had to pivot and start all over again. And so in this series of videos, I'm going to share what's been working for me, and I hope they also work for you. And so if you love telling your friends about Jesus, this series of videos is for you.
The Post-COVID Playbook!
In our last video, we looked at how we could talk about Jesus as an online church. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can tell our friends about Jesus as an online small group. Because small groups, we're still meeting online. We're talking to screens, we're wearing headphones, and we're talking to microphones. So how can we tell our friends about Jesus? Here are 3 tips. Tip number 1, just invite our non-Christian friends to our Christian small group. In my book on evangelism, I talk about how typically as Christians we have 2 separate universes of friends, a Christian and a non-Christian universe of friends. But we need to merge our universes, invite our non-Christian friends to meet our Christian friends as an online Christian small group. And all we need is for the host at the start to set the guidelines and the expectations to say, hey, welcome everyone, this is a Christian small group, but there are many of us here of different faiths and we're all welcome. We're here to care, share and pray for each other. The second tip is this. When we meet, share. And this works really well. You know, they're showing that online group meetings actually don't do that well. People try virtual pubs, virtual happy hours, but they don't work because they require spontaneity, being free. But online small groups require a formula, a structure. You have to be quite rigid. And fortunately, Christian small groups, let's face it, we have a structure. We have a formula. We are quite rigid. So we simply take turns to share one by one. And when someone shares, I ask them to just say these things. What's making me happy? What's making me sad? What's been happening in my life this week? And how can you pray for me? And the third tip is this. Pray. We simply pray for each other. And our non-Christian friends will see we have a community that works because people are showing online groups actually can't give us true community. People have tried online gyms, but they don't really work. Suddenly you realise, you know what, we had no real community. We were just united around a common hobby or an activity. But when we pray for each other, they will see, wow, you have a bond. You have a way of life that works. You have a shalom. You have a peace. And just like the jailer said to Paul and Silas when he saw them worshipping in prison, they might also say, hey, what must I do to be saved? In our next video, we'll look at how we can tell our friends about Jesus online, one-to-one. Hey, thanks for listening. What do you think? What are some great ways to tell our friends about Jesus in our small groups now that we're post-COVID? Leave your comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. While we're there, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Also, if you want the whole playbook, complete with articles and discussion questions, go to this link and we'll email you a copy. Stay safe, stay well.